All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for March Comes In Like a Lion, Season 1, Episode 9. All right. We had a very rough and stressful episode last week. So, now we've got now we've got a Shogi match upcoming here.
Yes.
This could be kind of a different type of pace here, but the effect
Of the bitch.
of her.
Yeah.
Her will definitely be felt in this episode.
Yep.
Because holy crap.
Isn't it wonderful how she has so little screen time and yet she can just have such an effect?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in some ways, I kind of compare her to a character in another show. And Jacob, you were bringing up something in between this episode and the last episode about how she's so unlikable, but you kind of understand her.
Right.
In that way, I kind of compare her to a character like Griffith, but I understand her more than I understand Griffith. Yeah.
She's had like 8 minutes
Yep.
screen time so far, so...
Yep.
Yeah.
So, wow. Ray,
Yeah.
let's get into the next chapter of your story with hopefully a little bit more positivity and
wholesomeness.
some wholesomeness. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, everyone, we're going to start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Something interesting I just realized. When we first saw Kyoko, she was shown in the context of the black and white opening, the cold opening for this show, which is black and white. This opening transitions towards color from black and white into color. Basically, Kyoko represents a dark, kind of colorless portion of his past.
Definitely.
But the thing is, this story is about finding color, you know,
in the bump of chicken.
In the in the darkness and stuff. And I find it kind of exciting to think about. Wait a minute, he'll actually find that. Like that's not something that will stay there forever. Because you look at the way this opening just continually gets brighter and brighter till it actually like leaves the kind of the faded overtones, you know.
Yeah.
And with the glasses coming up here. See, like that, yeah. Lighting.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi.
Off to a great start. Yeah.
Yeah. Ignore.
Yeah. Get some holy water and...
Name of the Father and the Son and the Do Not Want.
Yep.
Wow. And he's still playing. Oh, just for one. And he was knocked back down.
Yeah.
Dang. Oh. It's probably one of the brilliant things about sports with a mental aspect, you know, is that it doesn't matter how old you are, you know.
I mean, it probably does matter a bit.
I meant they can
But,
put
yeah.
you in any category. It's all about your results, you know?
Uh-huh.
So a 7-year-old or a 17-year-old could face this 65-year-old, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Clap, clap, and so on.
Yeah.
Didn't even notice Ray was right behind him. Oh. Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
This is not something you shouldn't have. Oh. Whoa, the transition to perfect silence, you know? Oh, no, he's here. Nice, and they have specifically padded shoes, or paddings over their shoes, or wearing socks, sorry.
Yeah.
Getting a little senile. Okay. Oh. Cool. We gotta think
Yep.
about this. Nice. Oh, he has fun with this. This is his one of his sources of joy and happiness and calm mind is the way. Oh, this guy's so stressed now. They're both like so nervous, even
Yep.
though like oh my gosh. Is it that in some ways Kyoko is right, and it is like he's putting down a fork? And he doesn't see that it's actually, like, not a horrible move. Oh! Ah! No. 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 Must never do this. This is so dramatic and over the top. Oh! Oh my gosh. Now you're gonna spend way more time with each other than that.
Mm-hmm.
I nearly died. Oh! Yeah! To lunch. Ah! Nya 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 shogi. Nya 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 shogi.
Oh, wait. Oh.
Death.
I wonder if each one's different and they're using it as a way to show just how the pieces work.
Yep, yeah, that's what it is, yeah. Yeah, that was the bishop earlier. Yep, that's the king.
Right. If only I could read it.
Right, right. That was the same opening that Ray used. So that would be C3 to C4. All right. Whoa.
Yeah. That looks so good.
Whoa!
Holy crap!
Whoa!
Wow.
I'm treating you. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So he taught him. Dang. She already is very poisonous, yeah. Wow! This guy's insightful. Ah! Bad topic! Okay. Whoa. Hmm. Gotcha.
It's like the dude really likes to talk.
Yes, yes.
Bueno.
Yeah. Nani? Wow.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's pretty cool, yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Really? I don't trust you. Oh no. Hold.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's so easy for him to hold him up, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Whoa. Yep. He's like thinking, is this my future? Is this what I'll become?
Mm-hmm.
Dang. He's like, wait, you stopped following me. Oh, that's a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's gonna say something serious now. Hmm. Hmm. Wow. Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coming to kill me.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. This is good.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah. This is when he stops and didn't move for a second. Oh. If anyone's going to slay me, let it be this one.
Exactly.
Oh, that's great. Oh. Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose. Yep. Oh, that's such a great parallel to Ray.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, that's cool.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Oh, buddy. Yeah. Oh. Yes. Ah. Ah. Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
And he's like, that's so hard. Ah! Oh, that's great. That's the alcohol talking, but it's even better because it all ties back into the emotion of him being like,
Yeah.
I don't want to lose because I have reasons to desire, what it means to win, but also just the simplicity of, oh, I don't want to do chores. No. I'm very comfortable just sitting on my butt doing nothing. Like,
Yeah.
talking big. That's oh my god. I love how flawed he is. He's not a perfectly wholesome old guy.
Right.
He totally took advantage of Ray's guilt of him defeating him for food and a really expensive meal. Jeez, he spent like probably well over $100 on that one meal there.
Oh yeah.
And I don't even know what the alcohol.
And he got a few, like 4 or 5 or something.
Yeah, it was like $70 equivalent just for the two entrees they were showing. Yeah. Jeez. Matsunaga, was that his name? The old guy?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah. I loved that phone conversation that Ray had with Kyoko.
Yeah.
Just calls, delivers the message, and then hangs up.
All right, everyone. So before we get into the discussion, Jacob has a special announcement to let you know about.
Yes, my sci-fi novel Battle Lines is available for pre-order still. So the link is going to be in a pinned comment down below.
Yeah.
Get all on that because it's a really good book. Yeah. This episode.
Old guy episode, Matsunaga, character that we knew he was going to face in a shogi match coming up here on the previous episode. Kyoko trying to do some psychological warfare on him, and it ended up not working here because he ends up forming a real connection with Matsunaga, in his own special way. And there's a combination of Matsunaga, somewhat taking advantage of Ray here, but it was once he got vulnerable due to the alcohol, I think, that things started to take a turn for the better, because there's a real parallel between Matsunaga's not wanting to lose and not wanting to quit, not wanting to give up, and with Ray's whole thing of realizing that while he has up until this point focused on just basically getting to a certain point and then just kind of staying there as much as possible, that's something that he's realizing more and more
isn't enough for him.
But not only that, he can't do that without eventually falling off the train, essentially. Like, he will lose. He will waste away into nothing doing that. So it's not staying. He has to actually push forward.
Right.
And that's something that he, I believe, saw in Matsunaga, and now, in some ways, again, there's a lot of projecting happening here. He's basically helping Matsunaga in a way to, help himself. Right. Sometimes the best way to solve your own problems is to help someone else solve theirs. With theirs. And I think that's the sweet, wholesome part of this. He's going to help convince his wife and daughter that I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna retire.
That's right.
I'm gonna keep going with this because I'm not doing any chores.
One of the things that I really loved here as just a way of making us like Matsunaga a bit more, because despite how he's taking advantage of Ray and all that, was him totally calling out Kyoko without even meaning meaning to, just being like, oh yeah,
he wasn't drunk that
beautiful
point.
As the devil. I'll bet she's gonna grow up to be a poisonous woman. You must have
have been tormented by her a lot. And he's just like, okay.
And the thing is the reason why I think that's so important is because I don't think Ray thinks of it as that. I don't think he thinks of himself as being tormented by her or her being poisonous. But it's something that he needs to realize.
Yeah. It's good that he hears that, because I think based on how he called her whole thing of, you're such a nice person, he's like, oh, that was nice of you to say that, Kyoko.
Right.
He's not able to read, I would say, with her intent behind her words.
Yeah.
And most people aren't able to read intents behind words in general, but specifically with her, it should be actually easier because of the abuse that she's thrown in his direction.
Anyways.
Yeah.
But then he had that awesome conversation of just calling her and being like, he's not gonna quit. He's not gonna retire.
Oh.
And then that was great. And the thing is, it's like he didn't even realize that he was giving her the biggest finger.
Yeah.
And yet he was. And he didn't even let her respond.
Right.
He just hung up.
Yep.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Because Akari, if she had seen that and known the whole situation, I'm sure would have been like,
bravo. Yes. that's another thing I was going to bring up, is the wholesome girls and all that were not in this episode. I will say that I miss them. They are probably my favorite thing about this show, just in general. That whole house, just that setting and that whole...
Ray just needs to be there and stay there, and
Well, I mean, he can definitely leave. I just mean like he should spend a lot of time there.
Right. That's the best moments of the shows when they're interacting. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a lot of connotations to family here, though.
Yep.
With the whole thing of Matsunaga's family being one that he's kind of got a little bit of a disconnect with, and he's kind of maybe even using Shogi as a way to stay disconnected, and that's something that Ray has been doing with his new kind of pseudo family by keeping them, I would say, separated away from his inner world,
this aspect of his life.
Yeah, exactly. And more recently, that's broken. That barrier has been broken a little bit, so that's good. The Shogi match in general was really hyper dramatized and kind of silly,
right?
But I like that there was a reason for it to be showing how similar they are. Like he was
parallels between their characters.
The parallels between them, and that he also looked at them and was like, "Whoa, could this be me in 40 years?"
Right.
Like there's something there.
Yep. These are arms that have grasped nothing but shogi pieces for 40 years. It's like they talk about Ray like wasting away and all that stuff, not eating right and everything, and
Yep. One of the things that I drew a connection to Ultimate Frisbee is the aspect of the sport being one that doesn't necessarily limit specific ages.
Oh.
And with Shogi, the whole mental aspect, you can have a chess master who's 27, who is the world's greatest chess player, and someone who's 47 who would posit like a legitimate challenge potentially to the 27-year-old like world champion of chess. But in Ultimate Frisbee, there's positions where you'll play better with more athleticism, more youthful energy and stuff. And then others will play a little bit better with a little bit more experience, a little bit more tactical kind of understanding and more, I would say, handling capability. And that's one of the things that's really been fun is that I'll look at these players who are older, wiser, more experienced, and know their way and how to handle the disc. They give me pause every once in a while. I'm like, oh, will that be me in 20 years or something? And just go, oh. It's something that I think is interesting and kind of inspiring, because this guy, Matsunaga, was a professional for 40 years.
That's a long time.
40 years.
Yep.
If you dedicate yourself to anything for 40 years, you're a legend in my book. Like I'm not talking like I'm not talking like, I like shogi. Like no. He competed.
Yep.
He competed. He focused his life on this for 40 years.
Yep.
It's kind of like if someone, you see people that are in a marriage and it lasts for 40 years, you're just like, wow, you guys beat the statistics. You beat
whatever the system.
Whatever you did. It's like you always ask those people who are like married for like 60 years or something, what's the secret? What did you do? Like, we argued like a lot. You always I always love inquiring about older people, and asking them questions, and because there's a lot of wisdom that can be had there. But I like that this guy wasn't the perfect old guy,
Yeah, he had a whole lot of issues. Like even the thing of like dedicating himself to shogi for 40 years. It's like maybe he dedicated himself for 20 years, and then the other 20 years kind of just like, I'll keep doing this because I can do it and get paid for it, and it's a lot more fun than doing the dishes.
Right, and maybe he at some point hit that thing, like you said, that he started doing that thing that Ray was doing, where he started to stay at a specific area. Like they said that he got up to B1 rank once.
Yeah.
And then he was immediately knocked down after that term, that season, if you will. What that sounds like is that he pushed himself really hard at some point and he climbs up. It wasn't that he jumped probably just to that rank. It was probably that he had been going up and down
right,
on
and then
C.
and then eventually it was just like, I'm out of my depth, and then
But what do you think that psychologically does to him? He said he had no records in his 40 years there.
Yeah.
He never did anything spectacular.
Yep.
Also, him getting into the B1 rank, which is not like a top rank. That's like like, I'd assume, like second highest or third highest.
Pretty good, because I think there's the letter and then there's the number, because I think Ray's in C3 or something like that.
Yeah, but then I would assume A is the best.
Right. And it's probably like A5 or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that.
And he was at the lowest of B1.
Right.
Right. So it's like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like,
he did good, but
right.
But he wasn't anything, mind-blowingly amazing.
Yeah. In some ways, what he's also saying is, was all this worth it? Because I'm not going to be remembered. Like my shogi career isn't one that's going to make waves, or people are going to write down and be like, on
he
this
lived
day,
a great shogi player.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas he looked at Ray as this like terrifying force of nature that goes around consuming the other players.
Right,
the Grim Reaper. Just I love that. I love that. Have you ever seen someone that just picked up something so well and they just become an unstoppable machine, just going forward, just destroying everything in their path?
And the way it was communicated did a lot for because the whole idea of like old people saying like young people potential and all that stuff blah blah blah. You hear it, you hear that kind of stuff talked about so much that it doesn't really mean anything. It's like, okay, that's just something that old people think for some reason, right? But then the way that he talks about it with Ray, and the fact that there was something quantifiable about Ray, fifth middle school professional, really helped basically give credence to this idea that where he's like, I can still play shogi, but I'm old. I'm not quite as fast as I used to be, and I'm just another person, right? But then I see this other person, and it's like, they're gonna go far, and I haven't,
It is something also that's I would say it's a little bit humbling for both of them in different ways. Matsunaga realizing that he's about to get beaten by a 17-year-old, but Ray also realizing that after all this time he's in the same rank as this guy. Like you are you are playing beneath your potential, Ray.
Right.
And this is the proof of that. Not saying that this guy is a horrible shogi player.
Right.
But there was no contest here.
Yep.
It was all in your head, Ray, like, if anything. And
even when he tried to do the trick, like, that's one of the parts that I just love about this, because like, the match, it's like, but, it's kind of, like, arbitrary, in a sense.
Yeah.
But the part where he's like, oh, no, I've left this...
Or did I?
Yeah. So
just
like trying to see if he can like bait Ray into doing something.
Right. In chess, there's plenty of times where knights and bishops will fork, essentially attack two pieces of interest at the same time. And if you make a move that leads you into a fork like that, it's so funny, because if someone looks at you and just goes, "Did you really just make that move?" And then they go like, "Yes, I did," and it's like,
like you can try and confidence trip them so that they think like it's a trap, and then they're like, "Wait, what is it? Where what am I missing? Where's the thing that caused this to all fall apart?"
I've never ever in an intentional way baited someone into a fork specifically with the plan in mind that would actually like beat them and stuff. But I have done the thing where I made a misplay. And I looked at the person like super confident, like, did I make a misplay?
Yeah.
And the person looked at me and gave me this like, you're full of things, and then like took my piece. And I was like, yeah, I am. Like immediately, all kind of confidence fell, and I was like,
I'd like to think that I've done that once, but I don't know if I have. But I've definitely tried it. Like
Yeah, I've done the thing where you sacrifice a piece, and you basically are like, yeah, this is intentional on my tempo. I I make a bad trade, so to speak.
Right,
And
exactly.
someone goes, well, that's a bad trade, and then they take the piece, and I'm like, aha, three moves later, I win. And then that kind of thing is really cool.
Yeah.
But the one where you goof up and you're like, or did I?
Yeah, right. Now, the clever man would put the poison into his own cup because only a great fool would reach for what he was given.
Reminds me of games like Diplomacy and stuff, where you were planning on betraying someone,
Right.
But then the people that were going to help you betray don't help you, so you end up bouncing into their pieces and bounce back, and they're like, "Oh, that was a very clear support thing, and I just wrote it wrong. I was trying to support your defense because he was going to do the thing," and they're looking at you like, "No, you're full of hot garbage, man. Like, you were just trying to betray her."
Traitor!
Yeah, and then suddenly everyone else just gangs up on you.
Yeah, Diplomacy is a fun game. But yeah, this kind of makes me want to learn how to play Shogi, which is interesting because
want to play Shogi too, yeah.
I don't like chess. Like, I know how to play it. I'm all right at it.
Exactly.
But I don't really like it. And maybe it's just that Shogi is something that I don't understand, so that way, it makes me interested in it. Or it's just that I'm a weeb and, I want to do the animu thing,
That's probably it too. It's about 15% of
right,
it. Yeah. There's a couple games, like volleyball, for instance, with Haikyuu, where, it gets you into it. The thing about this show is I don't think it really makes me want to get into Shogi because it's ultimately a character drama.
Sure.
And the drama part is very...
The drama part is
heavy.
Far and above the most compelling part of the show.
So
the Shogi is the supplemental part that helps bring out in some more quantifiable terms
unique story angle
exactly the aspects of the main character,
right. And I think it also informs the type of main character that we have,
right.
In some ways I wonder if the main character came first or the sport, because there's definitely ways it could go both ways.
It could go both ways. One thing that I just thought about, something popped in my head. With Shogi, the conflict's all in your head.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Much like our main character.
That's pretty cool.
Conflict's all in his head.
Yeah.
I wonder that probably wasn't intentional.
See, because
it could be.
There's a real conflict that's happening in the tangible world on the board, and you're in control of the pieces that you own on the board and stuff like that. But one of the things that is helpful, I would say, about playing any kind of strategy board game or strategy game in general is it teaches you the value of planning, preparation, and setting up the present for the future. Meaning that you make decisions now that benefit you in the future and not in the immediate sense.
Sure.
An example of this is him talking about he was going to do the bear in the cave kind of setup, and I'm like, okay, I understand how in chess there are specific defensive strategies with the king that angle your bishops and or your other high value, I would say, defensive pieces like rooks to be on certain files and diagonals, so that when the end game happens, you have that slight positional advantage. Now, in the beginning, when you're setting up these moves, it's not as valuable. It doesn't have as much value now.
Sure.
And those kinds of things are very good. And if you have an internal character conflict that is very much in their head, it is something where he will be able to, maybe at some point in the series, see the value of little things that he does with, say, the wholesome, girls and stuff like that, and family, or with his best friend.
Sure. Or just how he interacts with...
Yes.
Kyoko.
Yeah, that's when we're looking for checkmate to take the other opponent's queen and stuff like that.
That's right.
But I mean pawn position and very small minor things like eating right and all these little things actually adding up. I think that's something that maybe all of us can really learn from, is that whenever you're doing life, look at the little decisions, look at the little things that you're doing, because they have a rippling consequential effect towards the grand overarching drama conflict.
So really, what we need to do is have Ray spend more time at the Wholesome House, but we also need him to get him watching Jordan Peterson.
Oh my god, you and Jordan Peterson this last week. What the heck? All right, guys, this has been a lot of fun. This has been a really wholesome episode. Looking forward to hanging out with the girls again next week. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm not Kyoko. We don't need to hang out with you. You aren't one of the girls. No.
She's the opposite end of the spectrum that basically is the counterbalance for the Wholesome House.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So y'all, thank you so much for watching this reaction. We do not have full-length reactions anymore. These episodes have been getting claimed recently, so if you want to check out the early access reaction, it's going to be timer-based. Check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. Any level support still gets you access to our Discord, though, where you can chat with us about stories or just hang out in general and talk about whatever.
Yeah.
And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.